Let's move on to RMI, which is an insurance investment holding company with significant holdings of MMI, OUTsurance, Discovery, and RMB Structured Insurance.
MMI is Wen's employer, so we'll get some views from him about that in a minute. But this is a fabulous entity. It's had a spectacular record as a listed entity. Herman Bosman at the helm now. So what you have here is a listed investment vehicle that is positioned with stakes of some of South Africa's best run financial services business, all in one portfolio.
Market cap 64.9 billion rand, PE ratio of 22.5, dividend yield of 2.6. So somewhat more expensive than Santam.
Yeah, but that's probably because of the Discovery holding. I mean, understand Discoveries are very different to the other life assurers, very low dividend yield, very, very high growth profile, no real cash generation. So it doesn't surprise me that RMI has got a lower dividend yield than the other companies, because they simply just don't get the dividend flow coming in from Discovery that they get from MMI, for example.
Would the Metropolitan, MMI, all that have bearing on this,
Yes.
and the bedding down of that integration?
Correct, yes. Look, I mean, that integration's long behind us now. I mean, understand both the long-term and the short-term industry are actually highly competitive. I wouldn't say they've gone X-growth, but the growth potential without big job creation is actually relatively limited for the whole industry. Now, everyone's trying to answer it by either internal refocusing, rationalization, or like Old Mutual going overseas, or going to India, or going into the rest of Africa, or consolidating the local market. But look, it's actually a very tough industry that's not showing massively high growth rates.
The share price graph came up while you were chatting there, Wayne.
Looks damn fine.
It looks good.
I just want to bring attention to OUTsurance, because that's really why we're discussing this one here. We'll talk about Discovery separately. OUTsurance is 95%, I think, owned by RMI. It's done spectacularly well. It's a very well-known. It came first and is the market leader in that direct-to-consumer model. It's expanding in Australia. They've really done really well. And that's probably at least a significant part of why this company is
But when
doing
you
so
made the
well.
comment that they are going to have a little bit
It
of a
looks
tough
that
time at the moment.
I read a broker report yesterday or the day before saying that they've had some natural disaster or some unusual event, and that their claims could be very significantly high this year. So you might see some disappointing news out of
natural
Did
event
we
would
miss
that
it?
be?
life for me, I can't remember.
Should have affected us in this space.
Life for me,
Maybe
I
they
can't
were
remember.
underwriting the properties in Kathmandu or something.
I've got no idea.
But I doubt it. I'm joking.
But look, it's unlikely to affect the prospects for the company longer term. RMI itself can actually do a lot of business with the underlying units. I mean, we've got very dominant players in the life insurance, short-term insurance, savings market in South Africa. So there is potential within RMI to actually do something with their subsidiaries, but the big one there actually is OUTsurance. So personally, I think we must sit and wait a little
So
bit.
you hot or not?
No, not
You're not
today.
hot. You know you work for.
I work for MMI, I don't work for RMI.
Well, there is an association.
Yes,
there,
RMI
but
is our
you're not
holding
hot.
company.
No, this is good.
Yeah.
I love the transparency and the honesty.
Exactly.
Hot or not?
I'm going to go with hot. I think Herman Bosman, ex-Deutsche Bank guy, he's a very talented executive, and he's got this big cash machine, and I think they could take and place additional stakes around the place. So for me, it's a very attractive entity. Hot.